In this video, I will be showing you guys my trip to Bangkok, Thailand. You already know, if you like what you see, make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. I live in Los Angeles, so catching an Uber ride to LAX was very easy for me. I left the house about 7 a.m. so I could arrive at the airport at 8 a.m. The Uber only took about 30 minutes, so I got there very early. Chose Cathay Pacific Airlines for my journey. It was my first journey outside of the United States. My plane departs at 12:45, so I had a while to wait. I was very excited, so it didn't bother me to wait. I have never used Cathay Pacific Airlines before, so I was pleasantly surprised to see that for this 15-hour journey, I was going to get this food and also be able to watch movies. It takes 15 hours to get from LAX to HKK, at least for my flight. This was actually the longest flight I've ever been on, and I have never had such a large meal on a plane before, so it was very cool. It made me feel quite bougie, economy bougie. They had this really cool interactive map that I could see, so we went all the way from Los Angeles, and as we follow this line, you see we are passing the ocean. We passed Tokyo, Taipei, and we were nearing Hong Kong when I recorded this clip. This monitor was very cool. You could change the view that you could see. You could see outside the window as well as your travel journey. They had plenty of movies to watch as well. I finally watched Wicked for free, and it was a really good movie. And I was pleasantly surprised to see all the different category options they had, and they even had LGBTQ plus movies. And yes, I was ecstatic. I did not know that I would be able to watch any type of sapphic movies on here. Sapphic means women loving women, okay? And I did watch a really good movie. It was called Soulmate, and it was so cute. The 15-hour flight flew by, pun intended, and we arrived at Hong Kong safe and sound. The first thing that I did when I got off the plane was go to the bathroom, and I was in my very first Asian bathroom, and it looked pretty much like an American bathroom, but much cleaner. And here I thought this was cool. I was just pretty much very ecstatic about being in a whole different country. Everything was just really cool to me. Even washing your hands was cool. So this is HKK Airport, Hong Kong Airport. This is the first time my feet ever landed outside of the great United States. I almost said the United Nations. No, out of America. And it was in Hong Kong. This is the Hong Kong Airport, and it is a mall. I was really surprised. It is a mall. I jumped off the plane into a gigantic mall. This is my first taste of Asian malls. This was a mall, but look, you could catch a plane in the mall. I've been on planes for a long time. I've never seen anything like this. Then I had to take the tram to the next gate, and it was very easy. There was a lot of English for me to read. I arrived at my gate very tired, and I almost missed my flight because I fell asleep. But I got up in time, and we got up and we got more food on the next flight. The next final flight is about 4 hours from Hong Kong to Bangkok. And we did it. We finally arrived in Bangkok, Thailand. By the way, the layover was 3 hours, and the entire flight trip altogether was 24 hours. So I left America April 10th and arrived in Bangkok April 11th. Arrived at the hotel at about 2 in the morning. My hotel was in Sukhumvit on Soi 8. I really liked this hotel, but there was no windows, and in my culture, that's a total safety hazard, but it doesn't matter. When in Rome, the hotel room was pretty cool, and it did the job. Even after the whole 24-hour extravaganza on the plane, I couldn't help but go out and see the nightlife. And this is the first time I crossed a Bangkok road, a Thailand road. I've watched a lot of videos, and they say you just got to go for it and you got to be very careful. And yeah, you really do, because the traffic does not stop for you. The human does not have the right of way. The cars definitely have the right of way. And coming from America, that is just totally opposite of how we do things. So I finally saw this man walk across the street, and I was like, well, if he could do it, then I could do it. So I ran across the street right there. and I was quite shy to film. That's why you see a whole bunch of the ground, but we will get better camera angles as we travel Southeast Asia. Don't worry about it. One of the biggest differences was all of the taxis and all of the motorbikes. I wasn't really that hungry because the plane fed me well, but I decided to go find a shop and drink and eat. So I found a little shop out here and they gave me some noodles and some egg and some shrimp. I don't know what the dish was called. It was in English. The menu was in English, but I forgot. It was still pretty good. So this is the next day. This is an omelet and it is on top of a bed of bean sprouts. This is an oyster omelet on top of bean sprouts. I really did not like the bean sprouts. But anyways, after I ate that food, I walked around Soy 8 a little bit because I just wanted to see what it looked like up the street. And it looks very cool. I came to Thailand so I could celebrate Songkran, which is the Thai New Year. People throw water on each other as a blessing. This is just me exploring Bangkok. And one thing that I noticed was just the intense traffic. Very, very intense traffic and quite noisy, but I am from Los Angeles. So heavy traffic and traffic noise is not new to me. Here I came across a shrine that I thought was very pretty. And here you get to experience all the different types of life that come into Bangkok, Thailand. I was quite surprised as to how many foreigners were in Bangkok. It is like being in Los Angeles. It is kind of like a melting pot of different cultures and different people. There is a lot of English around, but there was also things that was only written in Thai, so that was cool. We can see a little bit of tuk-tuks there, more motorbikes, and I decided I was going to go ahead and get on a tuk-tuk myself. I will say, though, if you choose a tuk-tuk, you are going to be overpaying. There's no reason to overpay in Thailand, but I definitely overpaid because I wanted to just try the tuk-tuk. The breeze coming off of the tuk-tuk was very nice, and it was quite comfortable. This man put on some music for me to listen to as we drove up the roads in Sukhumvit, so it was a quite atmospheric experience, if you will. But this cost 400 baht and it didn't need to cost 400 baht. So like I said, if you're a foreigner, then they are going to upcharge you a lot for everything and anything. So you got to be careful. I say this because afterwards I got on a motorbike and the motorbike for the same trip back only cost 60 baht. But you know, that is one thing I did not like about Thailand is the fact that they will upcharge you as much as they think you will pay. And I mean, it's the big city, I suppose. So I guess it's just how people do. I just want you guys to know, like, you have to bargain with them. So here I made it to Soy Silom 4 and they were going crazy with the Songkran event. A bit too crazy and too wet for me, so I walked away and I looked and I found a cool looking statue in a nice park, and it was completely empty because everybody was over here partying and shooting each other with the water guns, and I was not prepared. I did not have a water gun yet. I was going to buy everything the next day because my research said that Songkran was on the 13th, 14th, and 15th, and this is the 12th, and they were already shooting each other. So this is the gay area of Bangkok, and as you can see, we have some men over here dancing, doing their little jig, and someone splashed water on them. It was quite funny. This was a walking street, and you could just get sprayed with water. Here, I finally found some cheap food, and it cost about 60 baht as well. A kapow or something like that, pretty much minced pork with rice. It was really good. After that, I went back to walking. And if you walk right there in the center where the camera's pointing, you will get soaking wet in that water. The street is filled with water, and I did not have the right shoes at all for that. So one thing that I really dislike is having wet socks and wet shoes. It's a pet peeve of mine. But for some reason, I went to Thailand for Songkran's water festival, and I didn't bring any sandals. Here it is. This is the man that saved the night. I don't know his name, but he let me get on his motorbike for 60 baht, and he took me back to Soy 8, where my hotel was, and I appreciate it. One thing really, a whole total vibe. High key, this might be my favorite experience in Bangkok. Riding on the motorbike. Riding on the motorbike at night in Bangkok was something that I really wanted to do, and I really fell in love with it. And really, I want to go back to Bangkok or to Thailand in general just to ride on the motorbike and checking out this cityscape on the motorbike. And also, this is the very first time I've even been on a motorbike. I was so scared, I thought I was going to fall off. The driver likes to cut in front of different cars. There are cars speeding by. I wasn't sure if I was even going to make it home safely. I didn't have on a helmet. I didn't have on a seat belt. I didn't wrap my arms around this man because I didn't know him like that. I did not know how to act or what to do, but it was so fun. And this is during Songkran, so it was not raining from the sky. All that water you see on the ground is from all the water guns. Everybody enjoying the holiday festival. This isn't even the street where my hotel is on. This is just a random street in Thailand. So that's one reason why I decided to come to Thailand. I've never seen a type of people or a place to where everyone could participate in something so fun. So afterwards, I went to check out another bar, and I found a bar that was doing live music. These people were singing some English songs, and as you can see, there's a lot of foreigners in here. They say Farang in Thai. That means foreigner. This band was singing a lot of rock music. I just came in here so I could drink a beer and listen to the music and just be a part of the community, the tourism aspect. I just wanted to support a local bar. Next time I go to Thailand, I'm really going to go outside of Bangkok because I want to experience a Thai culture, and this was really a tourist culture here. But it was still pretty cool. I was able to help out the bars and support the economy in my own special way and listen to some good music and had a lot of fun. This was not the best bar I've been in. I didn't care for the bartenders. I feel like they definitely showed bias to other people more so than me, and I found another bar closer to my hotel that I enjoyed more. So it was about 2 a.m. I got me some curry crab, and it was great. In the video here, thanks a lot for watching, and I bought my water gun, so we were ready for Songkran.